So we have the Junior League Subworld Series. Scores of 8 for the elimination portion of the tournament. The quarterfinals is when there's 8, it goes from 10 down to 8 after the elimination, or after the pool play eliminates 8 teams. They do a quarterfinals, and then they do A, and then it really seeds them. It puts them in the best from pool A plays the number 1 from pool A plays the number 4 from pool B, and they have it to where the 2 from pool A plays the 3 from pool B, and then you have the 1 from pool A plays the 4 from pool B, and the 1 from pool B. He plays the 4 from pool A, and then the 2A plays 3B, and 2B plays 3A. That's what happens. So that's what they're doing, and it's in Kirkland, Washington. So we'll see who can move on in the Junior League, who moved on in the Junior League Subworld Series today. Next video, we're going to talk about the Senior League Subworld Series, which is a little more complicated. Today, then, the Junior League. But here, so we had 2 elimination games. We had the 1 seeds from 1 versus 4 matchups. And the number 1 from Pool B, the Southwest region, Texas, Columbia, Texas, beat the Africa region, Milano, Italy, the league from Italy. We have it as 16-2. Lead win for Columbia, Texas. That was in 5 innings. They're looking like they're trying to get a run rule in 4, but they were not able to get it in 4. But they couldn't get in 4, but they got in 5. 16-2 here. And then in the Central Region team, this was a really close one. It was Evergreen Park, Illinois, who was undefeated in pool play. They had to play a tough Bacolod City, Philippines team, who did not play like they're one of the teams scrambling to get in near the last day of the tournament in their group. They were actually a solid team. Solid. And they actually played well today, and they actually had the lead. They just couldn't hold on late. Bacolod City could not hold on. Late. It was late in that one. It doesn't say if you don't sign in, but yeah, it was late in that one that they got the lead though back. Evergreen Park Illinois did. Then we had, that was at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern, was the Columbia, Texas versus Milano, Italy, in the Evergreen Park Illinois versus Bacolod City, Philippines, and second field at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then we had at 4:30 Eastern, we had the number 2 from Pool A plays number 3 from Pool B. So you get to see your potential opponents. You know, if you play first, you see who your potential opponent is in the next game. And then if your upcoming game, second game, then you have to see who you're going to be playing. Which is kind of difficult. Or you just don't worry about it. You'll be like, I don't really care, I just want to see who I win. And when whoever I play, we play. It doesn't matter to me, you know. We're just focused on our game, and that's it, you know. That kind of thing, too. And we had the Southeast region team. They fell to Indiana, Pennsylvania. It was Indiana, Pennsylvania versus Irmo, South Carolina. That went extra innings. That went to 8 innings. And the East region team ended up getting the win, 2-1. In that one, it was 7 scoreless innings, and then in the 8th inning of the game, in extra innings, the East region team, Indiana, Pennsylvania, beat South Carolina 2-1 in that one, so it was a good game. And then the Latin America region team, it was a close game. It ended up being close. Mambo, Puerto Rico beat Repentigny, Quebec 11-9. And that was a close one in the Latin America region. Team Puerto Rico actually had this one. It seemed like they had this one in the bag. They were up 9-0 in the 4th inning, and it was 10-2 in the 5th. And then they just got some runs in the 5th, late in the game. They ended up, conceding a few more runs. So the Latin America team, Mambo Puerto Rico, ends up winning 11-9. So we have the Southwest region team taking the East region. So the number 1 in Pool B taking on the number 3 from Pool B. So rematch in Pool B rematch between Columbia, Texas, and Indiana, Pennsylvania. And then we had the 1 seeds from Pool A. We had the 1 seed from 3 seeds advance and the 1 seeds advance. I guess either way, I mean, you could have the 4 versus 2. The only way you'd have a Pool B versus Pool A would be, again, in the second game, would be is have to be 4 versus 3. Actually, no, it's the winner from number 21 versus number 23. So you could have I guess the number 2 seed, because you play number 2 seed from Pool A, then 1 seed from Pool B would be. And then the number. So I guess that would be the case if the 2 seeds held, but they didn't. But so we have a Pool B rematch and a Pool A rematch. It is Columbia, Texas versus Indiana, Pennsylvania. So Columbia, Texas won. Or Columbia, Texas. The Columbia, Texas beat Southwest region beat East region. Yes, they did. It's 13-5. They dominated that one. What about in the Central region team, Evergreen Park Illinois beat Mambo Puerto Rico. In that one, they played in that one. When did they play though? What day did they play though? They played on Wednesday. They played Wednesday, and they won 12-5. So we have Pool A rematch from Century, Evergreen Park Illinois and Mambo Puerto Rico, and then it'll be Columbia, Texas versus Indiana, Pennsylvania. and that's at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then the second semifinal will be Evergreen Park Online versus Puerto Rico. I'm not sure pronounce that.